Righty. Got
Good morning.
it.
Good morning. Big news, everybody. Big news about Elon Musk and Twitter, which we will get to in just a moment. We will get to that in just a moment because first we have to remind you that if you're looking at a new luxurious skin nourishing bit of gloriousness, look no further than our friends at Genucel because they've got that ultra retinol cream, the delicious, yummy, smooth, soft cream that just does amazing things for your skin. It's 50% off, you guys. 50% off when you go to genucel.com/chicks and use code chicks. They're going to throw in the under eye immediate effect stuff.
Toss it in there.
They're going to throw it right in there.
They're
going to have that for free when you order the ultra retinol cream. They always have the free shipping. They always have the free returns. They guarantee the results. So why would you not even just try it? I mean, it's a no-brainer.
You know what?
Genucel.com/chicks.
I used the under eye stuff this morning just because I didn't really have bags. It's just that I like the way it feels. I'm gonna be honest.
Because it goes
that, and it feels like, almost feels like menthol. Like it's like so cool. And some mornings I just want to put it on because I'm like, it just feels good.
Well, it kind of wakes you up a little, right?
Yes.
Like that little tingle. It kind of
right.
Is like, it like helps your eyes open.
It's like peppermint candy on your face. It's so good. So good.
That is exactly what it's like.
So wonderful. You guys, don't forget our deep dive podcast came out with Dave Rubin. Check that out. Hang it out.
Podcast, subscribe, and then put us right there in your tool belt. Okay, let's talk about the big news of this morning that is now everywhere, and that is that Elon Musk has put in an offer to buy Twitter. I've heard conflicting reports about whether it's $41 billion or $43 billion, but in any case, because he is such a troll, the per share offer included the number 420 because he's such a child and he's so immature, and I freaking love that about him.
I love it too. I totally love it.
The offer is $54.20 a share, and he says in the letter, in the filing, he said if that offer is not accepted, he would, quote, need to reconsider his position as a shareholder. He's saying he's going to unlock all the amazing potential that Twitter has. And people are saying that this is setting up for a hostile takeover, which I don't understand the process of. But I'm like, go, Elon, go.
Yeah, I love it. I love that he's like, Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it. I love it. I love all of this.
Oh my God. It's so freaking awesome.
I just think the whole thing is fantastic. I love it. So yeah, he was saying that he was offering to buy 100% of Twitter for years, like $54.20 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and a 30% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. He said it was his final offer. He said if it wasn't accepted, he will, like you said, he's going to.
But then I don't know what that means. He's saying if he reconsiders his position as a shareholder, does that mean he's just going to be like, bye? Or does it mean like, I'm being nice right now because I'm making this offer. If you don't accept it, I'm just going to do it anyway. Like, I don't know how the process works.
That's where the hostility begins.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? And I'm here for it. I'm here for the hostility. So here, I love it.
Same.
I love all of this. I love all of it. It's so great. Screw you, Twitter.
So great.
Screw you. It's so great.
Imagine being the person, imagine being him and thinking you have the potential power to actually send the loudest message yet to big tech that their reign of terror could be coming to an end, that they're going to have to take their boot off the necks of all Americans, which, by the way, I need to give props. Speaking of this, I need to give massive props to Rumble. Rumble, of course, is it's like a conservative YouTube, essentially. It's a censorship-free YouTube, and we're streaming there right now. And the reason I want to give props to Rumble is because I need to make sure I can find, I know I saw this morning because I was telling my husband about it. Okay. So Rumble got a letter from who was it? Globe and Mail, some UK publication. A reporter reached out and said, "You guys are allowing stuff on your platform that like everybody else is taking down because it's Russian disinformation and propaganda. And we're writing a piece about you, and we want you to make a statement about why you're allowing all of this horrible content on your platform." And their response to Globe and Mail was so concise and perfect that I just needed to give them all the props. Here is what they said. And this ties into the whole Elon Musk thing, right? This ties into free speech as a whole. Here's what they said. Quote, "There's a reason the public has radically turned against both the corporate media, such as your outlet, and big tech, because you have arrogantly claimed for yourselves the power to decide for the public what information they can and cannot be trusted to hear, and what views they can and cannot express. By stark contrast, the reason Rumble is growing so rapidly is because we trust adults to make decisions for themselves about what ideas they can express, and we trust them to make up their own minds after hearing all sides."
A to the men.
Right?
A to the men. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So much yes. Good for them.
So much. Yes.
Yeah. Good for them.
The pushback is starting to make an impact, and it's so fun to see this happening. It's so overdue, right?
Right. It is overdue. Yeah, it's like a revolution.
Yeah.
It's a revolution. And Elon's like, I don't know if I want to say that he's leading it, but he just has the money where he can put his money where his mouth is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see it's nice to see a billionaire do something good with it. You know? It's like he's not out there just being a woke asshat like a lot of these guys that are CEOs do. Because that's a lot. So many I've seen over the years, so many CEOs just fall in line. Yeah. And it's refreshing seeing a billionaire not fall in line. It's nice. It's just refreshing. I'm delighted by this. I'm just so delighted.
Everybody's freaking out. It's so great.
So great. So great.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you very much for that super sticker. Appreciate it. Okay. Wanted to get to, we've talked about BLM a lot and just how absolutely corrupt and what a sham organization it is. So, and Patrice Cullors and the rest of the yahoos that started it to begin with have backed off, right? They don't want to have any, they don't want to claim ownership or leadership or accountability for all of the millions and skillions of dollars that are missing. And so Patrice Cullors, I guess this was this past Friday. I don't know what venue this is. I don't know who she's talking to. I don't know who the audience is, but there's now video being released of her talking about how mean and how weaponized the IRS is becoming against Black people. So she is trying to say, you guys, she's trying to say that this is somehow personal, that the fact that the IRS has rules for charities that include a specific tax filing called the Form 990, she is trying to say that this is being weaponized against Black people, even though charities have been required to file it for decades. It doesn't matter what color the people are who run the charities. They have to do this. And now she's trying to say it triggers her to even talk about the form.
Unbelievable.
Anyway,
oh my God.
Here is the clip. You guys, I mean, I can't. Look at this.
Yes, there has been so much clarity for me, a questioning for me. I don't know if I have clarity or answers yet, but I'm like, wow, this doesn't seem seem safe for us. This 990 structure, this nonprofit system structure.
God.
This is like deeply unsafe. Like this is being literally weaponized against us, against the people we work with. And it's connected to this question, but there is a misinformation and disinformation effort to not just challenge Black Lives Matter and the organization, but it's an experiment. If they win, then it's the next Black-led organization.
Yes, it is.
And then it's the next Black-led organization, and it's the next Black person.
The person in the background. Yes,
so
it is.
It's so important that we pay attention to what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, it's so. Listen, because you have to pay taxes like everybody else. Because you have to be held accountable for the monies that you're bringing in. Give me a break. Oh my God, I cannot with these people. Scream racist, scream sexist. I mean, when you're being challenged, scream those things and then shut down the conversation. That's exactly what these people do. It's unbelievable. That is so weak in every way. So weak.
Well,
You are
and
not
what's
above the
even more
law.
ridiculous is that it's the Biden's IRS who is currently investigating this. So
Right.
who exactly is she gonna pin this on? Because it's a Democrat-led administration. I don't know if she's aware of that. I believe that some of the money that is unaccounted for went right to the Democrat coffers. And yet they still have to do some due diligence when it comes to collecting what they're due from charitable organizations. These charitable organizations still have to file. She's acting like they're the first Black people that have ever had to file this form. Give me a break. Oh my God.
It's setting a terrible precedent. It's just a terrible precedent, you guys.
Unsafe.
It's just unsafe. It's unsafe.
Oh my God. Andrea, thank you very much. Brian, thank you very much. Thank you so much for the super stickers. Wait a minute. Brian says, please say a prayer for our friend Christine, C. Noons. She's had a rough month and needs lots of love. Well, then.
Oh my God, C. Noons.
Mwah, mwah.
So many
Noons.
I didn't know that. C. Noons.
I did not either. I'm so sorry. All
the love to you. Yeah, we are.
That's awful.
Oh my God.
I don't like any of our insiders.
I don't like that either. I know. I don't like that either. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Not okay.
All right. I'm trying to think did you notice my name?
You know what? I was just going to say, you know what else is not okay? Moxic masculinity. That is not okay. It's not okay. That also is not safe. It's not safe, you guys.
Dangerous, man. I'm
Very
a danger.
It's toxic. Toxic and moxic. It's moxic. It's hostile. It's hostile.
I mean, I am a little hostile and toxic today because I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if it's visible. Today's design, my designer outfit today is brought to you by Ella Hair.
Oh, so
covered with dog hair.
It's so fancy, you guys. You too can have that look. You can have that look. I actually showered this morning because I'm not going to shower tomorrow. Am I not going to shower tomorrow? No, I don't think I'm going to shower tomorrow. I was laying in bed this morning. I'm like, am I going to shower today? Am I going to shower tomorrow? It's like, these are the things I think about at 4:45 in the morning. When am I going to shower? I don't know. Okay.
I did not shower.
Okay. Well, it's good for you. That's good for you. That's awesome.
Thanks. I'm pretty proud of it. Of it. Before we get to some Sakis, because they are important to get to, and then we're also going to talk about the CDC. We got to talk about New York City. There's a lot of stuff to get to. But first, wanted to remind everybody that in these perilous, crazy, weird, bizarre, nutty times, it is always good to be thinking about expanding and diversifying whatever your financial portfolio looks like. Whether you're a 401k only person, whether you're an IRA person, whether you're a real estate, whatever your deal is, it is always good to have a nice mix of things in your financial portfolio. And one way that we like to do that is to invest in actual physical gold. It's not something that just is part of a statement that you get month to month. It's actual gold you can hold. And what we like about Acre Gold is that you can just use a monthly subscription of your choosing, $50, $100, $250, whatever. And you earn as you go. It's like layaway for gold. And then as you actually have spent enough to earn a bar of gold, they just send it to you. You put it in your safe. You keep it in your wallet. You caress it at night. Whatever you want to do with it, it's yours. And you just have it. And it's great. So
yes,
get acregold.com/chicks. You can check out the website. Very, very helpful website. They can tell you all about it right there.
And don't forget to join our Facebook Insiders if you haven't done that. Check them out. They're fantastic. We love them.
That's where C.
And
Noons
you will love them
is.
too. Mm-hmm.
And so I need to get back in there and find out what's been going on with C.
I
Noons.
know. Me too. It's been a couple days. Yeah.
But the great thing is about like just what you said, the insiders are great people. The supporters are great people. I know that they're all going to be like, tunneling a ton of love at her. Without question. That's what's so great about those groups. Okay. On to some sack attacks. And the reason that these need to be seen is because the reason they always need to be seen, right? She is the spokesperson for this administration. And she is telling us exactly what's on Joe Biden's mind. By the way, did you remember when we talked about the bird poop yesterday?
Yes. Yes.
My husband was just telling me that they are trying to spin the bird poop.
No, they're not.
They are saying that it was just dust from a nearby silo.
Stop it. Just stop. Just stop it. It was, oh my God.
What in the world?
Just enough. And you know what? And there will be liberals who actually take that and go, oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. Republicans are mean. Why would they say that about our president? They're so mean. Just stop it, White House. God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's
it's also Putin. Yeah, and it's Putin's inflation too. Like we believe that. Just stop it.
Nobody's buying it. The poll numbers continue to tumble.
Oh, they're terrible.
The worst part is that Hispanics are the ones that are dropping off of the Democrat train the quickest. And so they need to and especially now with what's happening at the border, they need to seriously think about their strategy because it ain't working for them.
Right.
It ain't working.
Right.
Okay, Chisaki. So the first clip that I have is, and I don't know if we talked about this or if I just ended up writing about it yesterday. I think we talked about the fact that Abbott was sending migrants on a bus straight to DC, right?
Right. We did. We have talked about it.
Yeah. And first she was trying to say, that's just a publicity stunt. That's not really going to do anything. Well, then the bus showed up yesterday, right?
Right.
The first bus
and you also did write about that yesterday on our site. You wrote about it at chicksontheright.com because it was one of those things where, you know, he threatened it. She said it was a publicity stunt and he actually did do it. And the first wave showed up. And there were people there to greet them. You know, I mean, there were people there. I don't know who were those people, Mock, do you know? Like,
I don't know.
Because there were people embracing them. And it's like, who are those people? Who are those people that were embracing the migrants? And it's like, oh, thanks for breaking the law. Thanks for doing that. Good for you. Good for you.
I don't know.
Great. Yeah, because they were.
Maybe
they were
like churches or like organizations that are designed specifically to help immigrants. I don't know.
Right. I mean, because there were people getting off the bus and they were like, welcome. Come on. Here's your phone. Here's your free phone.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here's all the other free crap we're going to give you. That's your way to go. Good job. Welcome to DC. Welcome.
Well, and then I saw today too that a whole bunch of them were whoever talked to them learned that the reason that many of them went to DC is because it's an easier way to get to Florida. And so Ron DeSantis is already like, don't you even think about coming here. Don't even think about it. So he's already.
Oh my God.
I know.
Okay.
But here's what Saki said in response to a question about this in yesterday's presser.
First bus of migrants arrived in D.C. today. Texas Governor Greg Abbott making good on his promise to send migrants to the president's doorstep. I think you previously called it a publicity stunt. Is that still the view of the White House? Can you give us any reaction to this busload of migrants?
Look at her flipping.
Well, these are all migrants who have been processed by CBP and are free to travel. So it's nice the state of Texas is helping them get to their final destination as they await their outcome of their immigration proceedings. And they're all in immigration proceedings.
They're not processed. That's not processed. And her snark is very off-putting. Like, it's just so unattractive. They're not being processed. That's not processing. Them coming in here illegally is not being processed because it's like the way that they're doing this is so, it's wrong in every single way. These people are not going to report back. You know, they're not going to. So that's not processing, Jen. And the snark in her voice
oh my God.
It's disgusting the way that she's treating this. The number of people that are coming into this country illegally it's unfathomable what's happening. Like what we're seeing, the numbers, it's unsustainable, you guys. I cannot believe this. And her snark, that is also disgusting. The way that she's treating us and the way this administration is treating this. We cannot sustain this. I mean, it's an invasion, what's happening. There's no other word to describe it. And so, and she has no regard for our sovereignty. None. She hates this country. This administration hates this country. There's no other. The Democrats hate America. period. There's no other way to talk about what's happening at the border. So screw her for being snarky about this. It's unbelievable.
Well, and it's, it's all in the middle of this conversation about ending Title 42, which is going to make things a gajillion times worse.
Totally.
And so as they're talking about doing that, they just announced yesterday that there's going to be a 2-week extension on masks on mass transit. So we were supposed to be able to unmask on flights, like the 18th or something like that of April.
Right.
And now they're like, no, we're pushing that back 2 weeks. And here she is trying to explain the rationale for that.
COVID and this extension, this 2-week extension of masking on public transportation. Can you help us understand some of the science behind this? Why 2 weeks?
Sure.
What difference can be made in such a short amount of time?
Can't wait for this.
Well, this assessment was made. I know there was a statement that was put out by the CDC, and certainly would point to that. But as they're continuing to monitor the spread of BA2, the BA2 subvariant, which now makes up more than 85% of U.S. cases, what they're looking at is that since early April, there's been an increases in the 7-day moving average of the cases in the United States. So what they're trying to do is give a little bit more time to assess its potential impact, the rise of the cases have on severe disease, including hospitalizations and deaths, and the healthcare system capacity. And their assessment from a medical standpoint, the data gathering standpoint, is that 2 weeks would give them some additional time to do that. Now, at the end of that 2 weeks, they can determine what's next after that. But that is that assessment they made so that they could gather more data of the rise of the subvariant.
Should we then expect, and should the public expect, sort of more of these kind of short-term extensions?
It's a good question. I just don't want to make a prediction of that. I think it depends on how they evaluate and assess the data over the course of the next 2 weeks, and they're trying to provide regular, transparent updates to the public.
What does any of that matter when you have people flooding across our border? What does any of that matter when they don't have any restrictions on those people? Seriously.
Exactly.
What the hell? It's like, listen, you guys don't have to wear any masks. You don't have any restrictions. You can come in willy-nilly. All these people can come in. We have no idea if these people have COVID. A lot of them probably do. They don't have any restrictions at all. But you American citizens who pay your taxes and do everything and follow the rules, and screw you. Here are all the regulations for you and your families. You guys have all the regulations. I mean, it's like, it is unbelievable what they're doing to Americans. It's just, I cannot believe that people just sit back and allow this to happen. We just sit back and we're like, thank you, Jen. May I have another? Thank you, Jen.
Right.
It's okay, red hair. I mean, I cannot believe after 2 years of this nonsense, we sit here and we allow it to happen.
And isn't it funny that they choose another 15 days? What is their obsession with 15 days, right? Like we're on the 800 something day of flattening the 15-day curve.
Yes.
And this whole new variant that everybody's bajiggity about. So there's an increase in cases that isn't resulting in any kind of sickness. There's a bunch of asymptomatic people running around because we're all immune in one way or another. And so why are we keeping up this charade? It's so stupid at this point, but yet there are people like Sunny Hostin of The View who are terrified to be on a plane with unmasked people. Listen to how freaking dumb she is.
I think that we relied upon personal responsibility and people were irresponsible, leading to the mandates, right? We want people to be better than they are. And that's just the bottom line. I just got my second booster because I am over 50. And I proudly got it, and I protected myself and I protected my family. But we cannot necessarily rely on people to protect their fellow man. We know that just doesn't
And if
work.
the variant was still the severity of what it was before and the deaths were as high, I would actually say I 100% agree with you.
And thank you for that. But I think when it comes to mask mandates, they're there because people just aren't great people. And that's just the bottom line. Americans just aren't great to each other. We just aren't. And so when it comes to things like flying, the mask mandate is supposed to be lifted April 18th. I don't want to get on a plane with super spreaders. I don't want to get on a plane with 214 other people that are going to be breathing on me with their COVID breath. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Wow. I swear they are just.
She's like a quadruple boosted. She shouldn't be worried. She's fine.
Exactly. Well, she shouldn't be worried. I mean, but wow. I mean, these people they are terrified. I mean, they are legit terrified. and shame on the government, because the government has, well, I don't want to say shame on the government, because I mean it's like a sickness, it's in itself, that it's like a psychological sickness in itself, that these people are so terrified of this. It seriously, they really are. Then don't get on a damn plane. Don't travel.
Exactly.
If you're that afraid of this one sickness, then that to me is like that you're the problem. It's like you're so terrified of this one thing. You probably shouldn't be traveling at all. You just shouldn't be moving about. Don't leave your house ever. Just don't. And that moral superiority, that air of like, I'm so much better than you because I've had this shot and I had a booster and I'm just a better person than you. Like, God, that is so punchable. People
Not
that are
we
like
condone
that.
Violence on this show.
We don't ever condone violence on this show. But like that whole attitude, I just look at that and I go, what is that? You're not a better person because you have a shot in your arm. You're just not. You're not. At what time did you become a better human being because you got a shot? That's just the dumbest thing. When did that happen in this country? It's like, seriously? God, that is so stupid.
But a lot of this was caused by that maniacal little orc. I'm not supposed to say hobbit, so I think it's orc. Or
what is the difference? What is the difference between an orc and a troll? Somebody's going to have to explain.
No, it's hobbit. I can say troll, but you can't say hobbit, because hobbits are apparently super sweet, and so you're not supposed to compare him to a hobbit.
All right.
But Fauci, that maniacal little troll, he is obviously one of the main reasons that people are so nuts, and he is still. I'm only going to play like the first 20, 30 seconds of this clip where he's talking about China and their lockdowns, because you probably have seen the videos by now of what's happening in Shanghai. It's freaking insane. And when I was on vacation, we played that drone, right? We like showed that drone video of saying, stop letting your soul yearn for freedom, comply with restrict. I mean, it was terrifying what's happening. People are on their balconies screaming. It's a mess over there. And so he's being asked about that. And I cannot believe how still complimentary he is about freaking China. Look at this.
China has a number of problems, two of which are that their complete lockdown, which was their approach, a strictest lockdown that you'd never be able to implement in the United States. Although that prevents the spread of infection. And remember, early on, they were saying, and I think accurately, that they were doing better than almost anybody else. But lockdown has its consequences. You use lockdowns to get people vaccinated so that when you open up, you won't have a surge of infections.
He's a freaking tyrant.
Oh my God. Not only that, but they started the virus.
Right.
It's like, do we ever talk about that? I mean, it's like they're the one that is the origin of this hell that we have been experiencing for the past 2 years. Oh my God, Fauci. Like, these people are insane. It's just complete insanity.
Someone who loves America, who actually understands what America is about, would have never used the words, we would never be able to have those kind of lockdowns here. He would have said, we would never dream of imposing those kinds of lockdowns on free Americans. But notice his language. It's really important how he phrased that, because it's such a tell about what kind of absolute troll tyrant he is.
About what a freaking commie he is. He's a total commie. That guy is a communist. He wants that here. He has longed for that. He wants it. He desires it so hard. He wants it, but he just can't have it. That's what he wants. And he like can taste it. And that's why he yearns for it every day. Like he just wants so badly to stay in power, and he wants to keep imposing those lockdowns. That's why he's still doing what he does. And to think that guy is the highest paid federal employee. We pay him more than anybody in the federal government. Still.
Now, I do want, because everyone is talking about a documentary that I'm not going to name because I'm afraid this video will get taken down. But I will say it's Otway, the Otter Way. And if you if you watch that documentary, it's on Rumble. It's already been taken down by YouTube, but it's going around and it's about COVID and like I haven't watched it yet, but my sister watched it. She was freaking out about it last night, and she was like, "Oh my God, we're being systematically poisoned by the government using the water system." So I haven't watched it yet, and I can't comment on it. But I will say that those documentaries they always get me super freaked out. But then our friend Marcus, he has this way of just like calming everything down. So he hasn't watched it yet either. But he said about it, people are not smart enough to pull off these kinds of conspiracies. They can't even keep Biden from getting pooped on. I just freaking love that.
Marcus. It's so him. I know, it's so true. It's so true.
I've died. Okay, before I forget, because I want to make sure we get to this, even if we run a little tiny bit long, we have to get, maybe we can skip talks today. We have to get to Joe Biden's sister. Chris Wallace interviewed Joe Biden's sister about Hunter. You guys, whatever is going on with Biden and the way that he communicates, it clearly runs in the family. Watch this.
Business deals with Ukraine and China back when, at least some of them, when Joe Biden was vice president. Hunter was asked about those, and let's take a look at what he had to say.
Your dad said, "I hope you know what you're doing."
I hope you know what you're doing.
I do.
And I said, I do. Did I make a mistake? Well, maybe in the grand scheme of things, yeah. But did I make a mistake based upon some unethical lapse? Absolutely not.
You know, Valerie, given his lack of experience in these areas, energy in Ukraine and energy in China, you can understand where people would think, gee, they were doing business with Hunter because they wanted to have some influence on Joe. Would it have been better for him just not to get involved in those deals?
Hindsight is everything. Look, from 2000, election was 2020, maybe 2018, these same charge, same accusations, same innuendos. Nothing has come of it. The former president won't let anything go about Hunter, and he stands by. I mean, there's nothing. There's no there, and they will continue whatever they're investigating now, and hopefully it will be put to rest. I don't know how long this, the other guys will drag it out, but there's nothing new. It's been there for how many years? I didn't do my math. We're in 2020, like 4 or 5 years. They've been saying the same thing. So Hunter, I am very proud of him, and
so you think he got those? You think he got those jobs on his own in Ukraine and China, and it had nothing to do with who his dad was?
I think Hunter, I know that Hunter is a very bright young man. I know that he's a Yale Law School graduate. He was on several the world. Wait, I might get this wrong. The board for World Hunger or something close like that. And that he's been and he ran business, was involved in many businesses. So yeah, I mean, Hunter is a Biden. He can't run. That's his name.
Anyway.
Okay. I was waiting for her to go, come on, man. I was waiting for her to do that. I was waiting. Oh, wow.
I mean, clearly, whatever their issue is about being able to get words out of their faces, it's a genetic thing.
Oh my
it's genetic.
They're like the same person. They're just the same person. It's just female.
Okay, I saw people screaming for talks. We'll do like 2 talks, okay? And they're brought to you by MyPillow. MyPillow, which of course has the towel sale right now. If you go to mypillow.com/chicks, bunch of money that you can get taken off of any product there, including the towels when you use code chicks. Okay.
And then also make sure you guys are following us on chicksontheright.locals.com.
Yes.
Do it.
Do that. Look at this dog's reaction at the sound of a bag of chips.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I love it.
He's like,
Oh
Here
my
I
God,
am.
my dog just opened the door. My dog just opened the door and came in. And
we talked about chips.
We talked about chips. Cash, what are you
Oh my God.
doing? Come here. Oh my God.
Okay.
That's so funny.
You guys, I'm not going to show any more talks today because I have to show these presents.
Really?
And these are
Okay.
serious talks today.
Gifts.
And I want to
Okay.
save serious talks for tomorrow. And I have to show these presents. You guys, first of all, I got a lovely, lovely letter from Kim Lakin, who, by the way, everybody should be praying for Matt because Matt has thyroid cancer. Matt and Kim are longtime followers of ours. She sent me a lovely letter that was really, really cute. And I know that you probably have these things waiting for you as well at the at your mailbox. So I got from Lisa Tankley. Lisa Tankley sent these beautiful candles. She said she found our broadcast about 2 years ago and instantly became a faithful listener. And it smells amazing. These freedom candles. These come from a small candle company in Omaha, Nebraska. They're just down the street from Omaha Steaks, apparently.
Really?
This comes from, I love the box too, Bianchi Candle Company. Bianchi, Bianchi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Or Bianchi.
The box says freedom. Yes, you candle.
Love it.
Isn't that great?
I love it.
So great.
Yes.
And then, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I got this letter from Rachel Fisher, and it's to both of us. And she said, this is her first letter to you. She's sending gifts. She was printing out 2 copies. So again, this is something that you have too. She sent you a hat. She says she hopes it's an okay color and that you always remember that you're blessed. And then she said about the shirt that she sent me, she hopes it's not too soon, but that she thought I would think it was funny and appreciate it. And man, do I ever. Look at this.
My own brain tried to kill me, but God, I love that.
Can you even?
That is the sweetest.
Oh my God. I cannot with that. And then, oh my God. So you're also going to get a lovely box. And then this card came from Kristen Thompson, and beautiful. Anyway, she wrote this amazing card, just so sweet. She is also an insider. She says she has been for quite some time. Can't imagine starting her weekdays any other way except by watching us. And she said that her husband also enjoys our banter and that her kids also hear our show.
Hide your kids.
But she said, I wanted to send you these happy Buddha animals from my cousin's company, DS Garden Stone. And so these products are American made, she said, in Southern California. I pray that they bring a little added joy to your lives and yards. Daisy, the bull, is for your new home. And Mock, the dog, is for you to continue feeling better. Look at this.
Look at those. Oh my God, I love those.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, and the box that she sent it in is just gorgeous too.
Oh my God, those are so neat.
Incredible.
You guys are so generous, unbelievably generous. We do not deserve you. We don't deserve you guys.
Seriously. DS Garden Shop is how you can find these little Buddha animals. DS Garden Shop.
Oh my God, so cool. Just the coolest.
Anyway,
I love it. And I'm just now starting to decorate the back of my house. It's all dirt right now. And so it's just, I'm so excited. Yeah.
I mean,
thank you.
We've got the
thank
best
you
people.
guys.
We do.
You guys, so generous and so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys bring it in. Big hug. Big hug. Big hug. We love you guys so much. We hope you have a great, it's Thursday, right? Today's Thursday? Mm-hmm. Okay. We hope you have an amazing Thursday. Make it count, everybody. We will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you, guys.